and it says I'm live, but let you guys get a little bit of the beautiful ocean out here. As you guys can see, I'm gonna let YouTube go out, or whatever, Facebook or whatever it's doing to go out, and let people know I'm here. Another beautiful Friday out here in Hawaii. Once it's like my second or third live. Let me know if my audio is bad. And I'm going to talk about, do you have an edge over the market, and what does that mean? Right? Hey everybody out there. This is where I come and do a lot of my reading, research, all that type of stuff. Very peaceful, very quiet. Not that pretty much nobody out here, right? Very relaxing. But you guys can drop comments as I talk, say hey or whatnot. I answer your questions. But the reason why I made this video for the people that are logged in now, it's called "Do You Have an Edge on the Market?" Hopefully I didn't spell that wrong or nothing crazy, because I'm a horrible speller. So, but the whole reason why I'm making this is, a lot of times, as you can see, social media is awesome. Social media is great, but sometimes you get too much information these days, and sometimes too much information could be bad, right? Social media has its pluses, but it also has its downs. And you see so many people that think they have an edge on the market. Now, what do I mean by an edge? I read this out of a book called, and I'm still reading it, Investor Demise, I think it is. That's kind of sad. I can't remember the title of the book. But it's written by Lars Kolger. I'm going to do a book review once I'm done with it all the way. But he made a good point in there. Something that I was always kind of thinking about. But he was a hedge fund manager, you know, Harvard graduate, all this other stuff. And he was saying that when he had his hedge fund, most hedge fund managers come out of Harvard and Stanford, one of the top 2 or 3 Ivy League schools. Meaning that everybody that goes there and graduate are alumni, so they're connected in a way. With that being said, they go to hedge funds that manages not hundreds, not thousands, not millions, but billions of dollars in assets. Billions. And when they have billions of dollars in assets, they pay top dollar to their researchers. They pay top dollars to their staff. Their staff is usually doctors who are great at numbers. They pay for the top connections to whatever company they're invested in. They know the company in and out like the back of their hand, or they try to. They spend a lot of money, time, and research and connections to know what's going on in the market, and before they move their money and their clients' money. We're talking billions of dollars here, right? So when you look at it, when a regular person goes in and you buy 100 shares or 200 shares and you sell it, that doesn't shift the market. But when somebody goes in and buy a block, which is 10,000 shares, say somebody buys, I don't know, 100 blocks of a particular stock, that could shift a particular stock. Before a company was buy a block of Google stock, that's probably in the millions. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Google is like $1,000 a piece. And at $1,000 a piece, 1,000 times 10,000, adding other zeros, a lot of money, millions, right? Before a company invests millions, they know this company like the back of their hands. They have connections to the company. They're privileged to information that the public doesn't know. Sub Prince, have you invested in Bitcoin? I haven't invested in a Bitcoin yet, because right now it's getting better. It's kind of cooling off. It's kind of dying off. I'm never going to buy anything that becomes popular, right? Bitcoin became popular, shot up through the roof. That's not the time to get in. That's the time to sell. And as you've seen, it has been on a steady decline since. Will it make another surprise? It probably will. The other problem I have with cryptocurrency, not to jump off topic, other problem I have with cryptocurrency is so many of them out there popping up left and right. One day it's Bitcoin, next thing you know it's Ethereum, next thing you know it's Lightning, whatever. This money, this person is making one, that guy is making one, he has his own, she has his own, and stuff like that. And I sometimes forget, you know, like which ones to, you don't know which ones are going to come out yet. But like any industry, the cream will rise to the top. When Facebook went public, I didn't believe in it because I looked at MySpace. I'm like, man, you got MySpace, you had this social site, those things come and go. But as we've seen over the years, Facebook has risen to the top and dominated, just like the car industry, Tesla. So whatever coin or whatever cryptocurrency becomes popular, I will know about it. And I'm not going to buy it when it becomes popular. When it becomes popular, I'm going to wait till it falls off, then I will look into it. But I'm definitely not going to buy it right now when it's very popular. Or, you know, it's not at this moment, but it was very popular. So now I'm looking more into it now that it's kind of cooling off. I may look at a little bit more before it cool off. Not that I'm a firm believer in Bitcoin. I just think in society, as we move forward, the way we exchange money will change. Look at my generation. And not my generation, I'm only 32, which is old to some of you guys, but it's 32. When I was growing up, we all used cash, right? Checks was kind of the thing. In my parents' era, it was just cash. Checks were very popular when I was growing up. Now it's credit cards. Now it's PayPal and MyPay and all these other pay sites out there. So the way the world we would exchange, now you can send money through Facebook. So the way we buy and sell will change. Yes, sir. Do you get money from the super chat? I want to donate because you taught me a lot. Oh man, thanks, man. I don't get money for the chats and stuff like that. I just come on and talk. I do make money from you guys watching the videos, right? I do make money from, you know, the videos. Some of my videos are monetized, so they do pay a royalty check for that. But I didn't come to YouTube for money, right? I came to YouTube 4 years ago. I've been on YouTube for 4 years, and I'm just now hitting 13,000 subscribers. I just crossed over 1 million views. You talking about 4 years, 360 something videos. I don't know how many interviews, a podcast, cartoon, so much, Shark Tank, all the other great stuff. So I don't come on here to like, you know, hey, this is going to be my way of living. You guys have made me stay here by you guys logging on, by you guys checking out. And I'm just glad that I can be a blessing back to you guys to show you guys some things that I learned. But Brandon, I want to jump off of the topic here. Back to cryptocurrency. So not crypto, that was the other topic that threw me off. Back to the original topic of having an edge. So in the book, he named a person by the name of Susie. He said, if you think you can outsmart Susie, that's when you should invest into something. If you don't think you can outsmart Susie, then you should strategically invest into the index, because over 90% of the professional, not your mama, your cousin, sister, uncle, 90-something% of professionals cannot beat the index on a consecutive basis. You're talking about Harvard graduates, cum laude of Harvard. You know, I like to use the word valedictorian. I know what a cum laude is. I say valedictorian because a lot of people don't know what cum laude is, right? But the people going to be the cum laude, the graduate at the top of the class at Harvard and Stanford, math degrees, business degrees, and they struggle or cannot beat the market, and they've managed billions of dollars. So the thing is, do you think you, who's sitting at home in mom's basement, do you think you have an edge over this person who's a Harvard graduate with billions of dollars, with connections, who gets to go to meetings, who get all of this inside information? Do you think you can beat him? And I'm just going to be honest. 85 to 90% of the people you see on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, social media, and TV, a lot of them are brought, right? I'm not paid or sponsored by anybody, right? I had a lot of companies approach and want to sponsor, but I don't sell out, because if it's not a product or if it's not a book, when I do a review, it's my honest opinion. You can ask Lars Kroger that, you can ask anybody I reviewed on, Michael V. Roberts. These guys are huge in the business world, but when I read it, I'm not that smart, so it takes me a long time to read it. But when I get it done, I'm going to give you 100% honest of my opinion. My opinion cannot be purchased. So companies write me that have nothing to do with investing, and they say, hey, we'll pay you to say this, or we'll pay you to say that, or whatever. And if it's something I don't like or I don't play fantasy football, so I'm not going to come here and play fantasy just to get $1, right? But if it's something that aligns with me, I don't want to betray you guys' trust that I worked so hard and that you guys have been generous enough to give me over the years on some bull crap. Anyway, back to the market piece. So a lot of times people are reading CSNBC, they're reading Bloomberg, they're reading Market Watch, they're watching YouTube, they're watching Facebook, and a lot of times, look where this information is coming from. You don't think the market already knows that, right? People, oh, Amazon purchased Whole Foods, so I'm going to buy calls for the earnings, right? A lot of people are just gambling. When you invest, I went through that. When you start investing, you see a return, you get to the point, you think you got an edge on everybody else, and in most of the cases you don't. It's only very few people that I know and see that can beat the market on a consistent basis, and they're very, very, very few and far in between. So my question is to you, when you're at home watching your CNN, watching your Bloomberg, watching whatever news article, a lot of the guys you read and watch on YouTube or Facebook or social media or even the television, they're reading Bloomberg and then they're speaking, they're just a talking head almost. And you're thinking like, oh, wow, Amazon's a great company. And a lot of time that stuff is paid for by the company to say that stuff, right? So when Amazon, it's a publicly traded company, so everything got to be known public. But a lot of times you have media outlets that are looking for a story. They jumped up and said, hey, you know what? Jeff, I can't say his last name. I'm horrible with names. I'm a little slow. I apologize. Jeff Bezos, whatever his name is, the CEO of Amazon. Oh, he is the world's richest man. He has a net worth of $90 billion because of, he passed Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. What is really the difference between $100 million and $1 billion? I mean, in my life, of course I know the mathematical math numbers to it, add and subtract. But think about it. If I had $100 million and you had $1 billion, what would be the difference between me and you really? Would your bed be that much softer? Would your clothes be that much better? Would your car ride that much smoother? Would your plane be that much nicer? I doubt it, right? So, to me, when you look at it living-wise, there's really no difference. Once you get to that league, it's like, whatever. You got a couple more $1 billion than me, then, I don't know, you pay more taxes and you can buy more stuff. You can invest more. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But media companies are out there looking for a story. They're reporting on, they're sitting at home, they're doing their Google search, they're going down CNN, and they're like, oh, that's a cool article. They read it, they interpret it to you, and now you think I have and you have an edge over Susie. I keep using the name Susie because that's the name he used in the book, who has a PhD in mathematician, graduated from the top school in the world, who's getting paid well out of the wazoo by this $1 billion hedge fund that has connections inside of Google. Her friends, she's alumni with people at Google. They're all friends. They all have the same amount of money. She gets to go to secret meetings. She knows the bank. The bank privileges her to certain information about particular companies. When you have money on Wall Street, you can pay to get your information first before it hits the wire. So boom, she knows what's going on. She has all this information at her disposal. Do you think you can beat Susie? If you can beat Susie, then you have an edge on the market. But 90% of us can't beat Susie. How many of us know someone on Wall Street? Know someone who works on Wall Street, who manages billions of dollars? Not many of us do, right? How many of us know hedge fund managers? How many of us know these people at this elite level of the financial industry, right? And I'm going to tell you, reading books are great. Doing research is great. But until you are there, and half of the people that are talking about Wall Street probably never been. Not saying that you got to go, but that's just to let me know a lot of information that we get today is watered down. Following this channel, I was at Berkshire 2 months ago. When I was at Berkshire, I had the opportunity to be there for the weekend and to meet great people and to meet a couple people from Warren Buffett's staff, some CEOs, all of the great stuff. People that known him for decades, right? Before we knew him as the world. But I sat down with these people, talked to them, interviewed them and everything. Went to Omaha, Nebraska. I went to Buffett's office. I didn't go inside, but I just drove by, whatever, right? And it was an amazing event because that's something I've been reading about for at least a decade and hearing about for a decade. So it was an honor for them to even know who I am and all that good stuff. But you have people come back and tell me about Berkshire. Oh, I know how the meeting goes because it goes like this and this and this and this and this. They're talking, they never left their house, but they're telling the guy who was actually there. So I'm like, well, how do you know? Oh, because I read this article. You know who wrote that article? Half of the people that wrote that article probably never even went to Berkshire. So just putting it out there, and that's just to show how a lot of times we are misinformed. We're taking information from somebody who got the information from somebody who got the information from somebody who got it from somebody. That's the way I look at the world. So do you have an edge on the market? Before you hit that buy button or that sell button or that Forex, just think about the people at the elite level. Ask yourself, do you know more information than Susan? Oh, that was the all-star weekend for Wall Street. Brandon, you're right. That was and right here, the Investor Show was the first ever independent outlet. The first ever independent outlet allowed at Berkshire Hathaway to do it. And guess what, guys? I got invited to go back next year. So the Investor Show, we're going to be up in there next year. If God is willing to let me make it there again, I'm in good health and good spirit, I will be there. If you haven't seen the documentary, I have the documentary right here on the Investor Show. It's like 6 minutes. Everybody that I interviewed and met, awesome weekend. One of the biggest events I ever went to. You got Bill Gates, you got Warren Buffett, you got NFL athletes, you got hedge fund managers, CEOs, all in one little circle. And they gave me the press pass and let me go in there and check it out. But if you go to Berkshire next year, definitely stop by and check me out. Check me out, right? Because I'm going to be there again. I'm going to make a documentary. It got picked up by ABC, NBC, CBS, ABCDEFG. But you're not going to find anybody else like that. Oh, I could put a filter on? Oh, that's too much. Oh, I could put a little filter on. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. That's why I got Google stock. But how's y'all Friday going? But yeah, that was definitely a great event that I'll never forget in my life. Thank you to Berkshire for allowing me to come and do that. If you want to be wealthy, study what wealthy people do. Darren Smith, you're 100% right. And you look right here on the Investor Show. You look at the guests that stopped by. You got people like Michael V. Roberts. You don't know who Michael V. Roberts is? Hit him on the Google button. You got people like James Fortland from Wall Street. I love James. Uncle James, I like to call him. You know, $1 billion hedge fund manager. I met him on Wall Street. And he gives tours of Wall Street every single week or 2 times a week. And he was a hedge fund manager for like 40 years. You're talking about the founder of Google AdWords, Ellen. What's her last name? I'm thinking of Jane Yellen. But Ellen Simroff. She stopped by here. You're talking about someone who sold a company for $500 million. CNN financial experts. Tim Sykes, the day trader. The list just goes on. I try to get you guys some of the best in the world of finance. I don't like to just go out here and just get anybody. I like to have pure content and to get some of the best people in the world of finance who are out there doing it at a major elite level to come talk to you guys, right? And to you guys to get information. Don't worry about it. Check out the podcast. Ride around in your car, listen to the podcast. It's free. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Play. It's on Android. It's on Apple, SoundCloud, whatever. If you don't have it, tune in to catch it right here on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. Let me be your Investopedia. But, you know, it didn't know them till I found you. You didn't know them till you found your channel? See? See? He just said that, you know. That's why a lot of them stop by now. That's why I bring them by. Think about it, Brandon, what you just said. How many people do you know in the world of finance? The only person that people know is maybe Warren Buffett, maybe Bill Gates. That's it. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. That's all they know. Right? So What about all these other hedge fund managers? What about all these ultra entrepreneurs? The industry of finance is not popular. It's, you know, it's not very, you know, flashy and all this other good stuff. So that's what I do. Keep it up, Prince. Nice stuff. Hey, I can't say your name. Maku Nabu Shu. I can't say your name, but I appreciate the love. I'm definitely going to, and I appreciate you guys. By you guys tuning in and watching and commenting. That's what makes people stop by. And those guests that come by, they read you guys' comments. Nobody, right? Nobody's really known. But you have a lot of people that are behind computers that are selling snake oil. You know, they're sitting behind their computers, trading stocks. They may be good at it. Cool, that's fine if they are. But what about the people at the elite level? How many people have been to Goldman Sachs? I was at Goldman Sachs last year. I got the picture. I couldn't do video there or record anything, but they allowed me to come in. All the other great stuff. So I've been to Wall Street off my own dime. Flew out there to Wall Street, met James. I got a couple other friends out there on Wall Street that have done great things. I interned. I went to Atlanta. I've been to Austin. Omaha. All the other great stuff. You know, NFL athletes stop by. But definitely, y'all keep sharing that stuff and telling people about it, because finances is not really that popular. You know, people don't know these people. But once they see them on a channel like this, they go back and they research. You know, it's a lot of them. Being honest, I didn't know who Whitney Tilson was. You know, I found out I had to go, when I met him, I had to go Google. I didn't know who Michael Roberts was, to be 100%. When I very first met him, somebody had to kind of tell me. Then I had to go do my research. And I read his book and I was like, wow, I didn't know this. But you know what he told me? He said, rich people scream. Hopefully I said that right. I'm from Georgia. I don't talk that well. Rich people scream, wealthy people whisper. And what he meant by that is rich people will, you know, they'll be like, hey, they're flashy, they're over the top, they got the this and that. But the wealthy people sit back and make moves, right? So, but yeah, definitely, man. I like talking to you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in and chatting up. I got you guys' emails too. You know, I'll take that back and say I was wrong. I haven't got a chance to respond back to make a response video, which I will. But I'm out here relaxing. I wanted to chat it up with you guys. But I'm going to get out of here and finish up some reading. And I'm going to try to make a email video. Respond to all my emails. But you guys got any questions, comments? You guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. Check out that podcast. Check out my goofy cartoon. Check out my goofy books. And all of the goofy stuff I do. So, love you guys. Appreciate it. To the next video, podcast, or whatever you see me do, stupid, dumb, or crazy. Peace, be safe, and I'm out. Let me give you guys a look around of beautiful Hawaii before I head out of here. This is where I'm at. Troy Deffer says H-I-Y-A. I don't know what that means. Interesting channel, like the comics for children. Oh, thanks, man. You are watching Warren Buffett documentaries. Oh, you got me watching Warren Buffett documentaries. That is crazy. That is, oh, he says hi, hiya. Okay. He said I got him watching Warren Buffett documentaries. That's crazy. Warren Buffett is only like the richest man in the world, and I'm a completely nobody. I'm out here a bum. Warren Buffett is the richest man in the world. He's great, one of the greatest investors of our time, our generation. Hello, thank you for your knowledge. Definitely, man. Appreciate it, man. I was just about to get off, but you guys are talking to me now. But yeah, definitely, man. I keep hitting y'all guys with the tutorials. A lot of people ask me, no, I'm not paid for by E-Trade or TD Ameritrade. I started making E-Trade and TD Ameritrade videos many years ago. And the only reason why I started making them because a buddy of mine asked me, hey man, I say, hi, recently I started watching Prince and I always watch Boys and thought yesterday that they should collaborate. So happy to see this. Yeah, I can't remember who just sent me that, but somebody sent me Boyce Watkins' email address. I did write Boyce Watkins, and I ain't heard nothing back. So it is what it is. I keep doing what I'm doing or whatnot, but This channel is for anybody and everybody. I've been at this for years and years to come. But I got way more better, interesting stuff to tell you guys. I almost slipped there a little bit. Let me switch hands. Arm was getting a little tired. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the channel. I'm glad it could be helpful. You know, it is hundreds of videos on here. I'm on Instagram too. I was just on my Instagram live. Hi, thank you for your knowledge. Oh, I can pull the messages back down. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Boyce Watkins is I don't know Boyce, I never met him. That's crazy. Brandon said I got him watching, you know, Warren Buffett documentaries. And that's crazy, right? You know what? That's what Darren said, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Darren Smith. That's crazy that Warren Buffett has a very small team. It's only 20 people from him down when I went up there 2 months ago. From Warren Buffett all the way down, it's 20 people. 8 of those 20 people are officers. And out of all those people, they made the decision to allow me to come up there with my camera phone, my camera. I was doing interviews like this. I was holding the camera doing interviews like with my phone, doing interviews. And you had CNN there, you had Wall Street Journal there. The edge I have in the market is receiving fees when anyone makes transaction. Oh, that's true. If you're on the other end of it, if you're a broker, oh, mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin, that's like the elephant in the room in finance. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody sees its power, but everybody just don't know what it is at the same time. That's the edge you have. Transactions, brokers. That's how brokers make their money, right? By getting transactions. But anyway, that was cool for them to bring me up. Not too many talk about investing, but you and Boyce Watkins. Oh, well, Boyce Watkins is a huge accomplished name. You're talking about, you know, he has a doctorate in economics from what I heard and seen. You know, retired Syracuse or whatnot. Used to teach at Syracuse. Yeah, because people will trade and make transaction fees. That's smart. He's definitely right. If you start a Bitcoin, they make their money off of when people are buying and all this, like a credit card. Essentially what it is. That's how Visa makes its money, by charging fees when you buy and sell. But yeah, Boyce Watkins, very cool guy that I don't know him. I haven't met him. I've seen some of his stuff. I know he has a lot of things for African Americans and stuff like that. I do as well. But I make it for everybody. I do it for everybody. And I've been around now for about, as soon as I got my MBA, I started this. I started on YouTube. No, I started on Facebook first. Then I came over to YouTube. And I didn't have no subscribers for my whole first year. 0. I was talking to myself for my whole first year. And then people started to subscribe and, you know, like stuff and stuff like that. But it's thankful for you guys that I'm able to make animations. I'm actually studying right now for my Series 65. I got in the stock market game this year watching you and Boyce. Congratulations, man. At Brent. You know what? I have my Series 65 license. If I can do anything to help you, I should make some Series 65 videos, huh? That'd be a pretty good idea, because I have my Series 65, I have my Series 63, and I have my life, health, and accident insurance license for the state of Hawaii here. You know, I should, you know, I didn't think about that until you said it. That, you know, I could go back and start talking about Series 65 or whatnot. In the Series 65 exam, because when I was studying for it back in 2014, I think it was, 13 when I started studying, I didn't know anybody that had a Series 65. I didn't know nobody who had a Series 65. So it was very hard for me to go in there. And the first time I took the exam, I failed. And not that I failed it on purpose. I didn't know what to expect from the exam. So it's almost like I paid for a look of the exam. Once I got it, I saw it. I got some better study material, knocked it out. How old were you when you started investing in the stock market? I started investing, I want to say I was about 24, 25. About 2008, right when the market crashed. 2007, 2008, that's when I got interested in investing. You know, I was like a lot of people. I didn't know anything. I just jumped right in. Market crashed. I pulled all my money out. I'm like, this is a horrible idea. But I kept at it, and I kept studying, and I kept looking at things. And as I come along the way and I started learning things, I started making stuff to share around the world. But yeah, you're 100% right. You know, that's how I learned. And then I just started networking, meeting new people, reading books, meeting videos, going to meetings, networking. When I got my Series 65 license, then I got my Series 63 license, I went and took an internship off my own dime. Flew to Austin, Texas. Thank you to Guardian Financial Wealth Management out in Austin, Texas for allowing me to come in. Oh, my other edge in the market is that I own my Bitcoin completely all. Hold on, I'm just trying to read this. Solely. Okay, so he said he owned his Bitcoin. You did when it was cheap. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, people are saying, what is Series 65? Series 65 license is a federal investment advisor representative. You go, you take the license, you get a license for the state, meaning no banks or brokers own it at all. Oh yeah, definitely. It's pretty much like you own your own currency, right? And I had a lot of people write in inbox and stuff like that about different currencies. You know, I think it's pretty cool. So but back onto the Series 65, since I got that, I have been subscribed to your channel for over 3 months and learned so much in so short amount of time. That's what's up. Her name is Brittany216. That's good. You know, the stuff that you probably learned in 3 months, it probably took me 3 years. But that's good though. That's why I made these videos, because I wish I had these videos. When I was trying to learn to invest, or learn anything about investing, me being a little African-American boy, a little black boy in Georgia, it wasn't that many people around investing. So when I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. So I decided to create it. So these years ago, I just started making these videos, and I'm glad that you guys are finding them useful. And you know what? I'll tell you guys this. Since you guys, I know this, I've been on this thing for 32 minutes. I go ahead and let the hat out the bag. Yep, investing is about research and development. I go ahead and let the hat out the, not the hat out the bag, the cat out the bag. And I go ahead and put it out now, right? August 8th, I will start a local TV show here in Hawaii called The Prince of Investing with Think Tech Hawaii. It's a local online broadcasting station here. We've been in talks now for a couple weeks, and they decided to give me a 30-minute show, 30-minute spot on Think Tech Hawaii and a local channel here called Oceanic Cable 16 called The Prince of Investing. And it'll be 30 minutes. It'll be shot live. I have guests on. I'll be taking what I'm doing here and taking it to do local TV now. So that's something I hadn't let out the bag yet. That starts August 8th. And that's due to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for that. For the stock's going to hyperinflate. Congratulations. But yeah, it's on Think Tech Hawaii. They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, it's on live stream. It'll be streamed live. Man, you broke it down, brother, because my bank advisors was making it seem difficult. I know. And people say that's my gift. They say I can make something simple, something difficult, simple. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. It'll be streamed in live. And when it's streamed in, once the episodes are recorded, I'll be placing them up here for you guys to see. And you know who my first guest is? I'm going to put him on blast just because he confirmed. I have Mr. Andy Serwer. Andy, S-E-R-W-E-R. Andy, S-E-R-W-E-R. Look up his name. He is the chief editor at Yahoo Finance. This is the guy who gets the prime real estate. He is the one that interviews Warren Buffett, Goldman Sachs, everywhere. He's anybody that's at the elite level of finance in the world. He interviews Bill Gates, politicians, Andy Sorry, S-E-R-W-E-R. He's going to be my first guest on the Prince of Investing. You guys got questions, because I know if you're watching this, you're a real fan. Drop a question that you want me to ask him, and I ask him. Now granted, he may be, what he said, I only got 30 minutes on that show, so I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna make it, and it's gonna come on 11 o'clock Hawaii time, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be live stream, and I'm gonna upload the episodes. I'm gonna have guests to call in. I may get some out here in Hawaii, but they gave me full range on the Prince of Investing. I really didn't like the name at the beginning, but they got me into it. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm gonna do it or whatnot, and we're gonna see how it comes out, because I didn't think people cared about investing like that. But the only reason why I was able and got approached to do that show was because of all of you guys tuning in, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the share button. And just on this YouTube channel alone, you're talking about, we almost at 13,000 subscribers on finance. Nobody's supposed to care about that. I'm not funny. I look funny, but I'm not funny. I don't tell jokes. I'm not an entertainer. So to be able to grab thousands of you guys across the world, to sell hundreds of books across the globe, hundreds of downloads across the app, another thousands on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. They see that. They see the movement. Berkshire saw the movement. Berkshire liked it. That's why I was able to come there. That's why I will be back next year, all because of you guys. But yeah, the Prince of Investing on Think Tech Hawaii and Oceanic Cable. I'm letting out right here, letting you guys know who's been keeping it real with me for the last day, 2 months, 4 years, 1 year, or whatever. But the thing about it is, when some people found out I had the show, they think I started overnight. I've been on YouTube, I've been on social media for over 4 years. Hundreds of videos I made over the years, cartoons I've written, books I've written, apps I've created. Anthony Wall, what's going on, man? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Definitely appreciate it. But I did it for years, man. I did it for years and years and years and years before I even got to Berkshire. You know how many people told me no? Before I even got to iHeartRadio, before I got to all this stuff, And the only reason why I got it is because of you guys. So I'm just keep that grind going. Congratulations. Nice job. Great way to start. I see that, Brendan, now. Yeah, just taking it, doing it. I'm going to take the 30 minutes. I'm going to go live, make it do what it do. Overnight success never happens overnight. You're right. I'm a 5-year overnight success, right? You're talking about I got my MBA, right? I got my MBA. I got my Series 65. I got my Series 63. Certified financial educator. Life insurance license. Health insurance license for Hawaii. Intern. Started from the bottom of zero. Cayman office. Invested into private companies. Stuff like that. Doing it for the years. You telling me the S&P 500 went up over 2,100? I just looked at it. Yes, we're in a bull market, man. And what did I just tell you in the beginning? What did I just tell you in the beginning? Over 90-some% of investors will not beat the S&P 500. Most people wake up every day thinking they have an edge on the market with a stock, not knowing that at the end of the day, they'll be better off investing into the S&P 500. Do you think the market is going bearish soon? I thought the market was going bearish. I was very bearish last year. I was very bearish coming into this year. But we're still going up. I don't think it will happen particularly soon. I don't 100% know. But I'm a long-term investor, so I don't even pay attention to when the next market drop happens. But when it does happen, I'm going to buy like crazy. But take advantage of things that go on sale. When blood is in the streets, that's when you invest. So, but anyway, guys, I got people texting me, stuff like that. My phone is, I don't keep a lot of my battery, but I love doing this. I need to do this more often. I need to set up a date and time to talk to you guys who's been keeping it real with me. But thank you guys. I got to get running. Hopefully, don't forget to send an email to askprince@royalfinancial.com. Until the next video okay, I'm skeptical that is the normal. Is that a price? I didn't get, who said this? Tony. It says I'm skeptical that is that normal. Is that a price? Oh, no. What you can do is the S&P 500, just because it's up 2,100 points, you can purchase it. You don't need $2,000. You know, I mean, how can price always rise? Because think about it. When all these companies putting out these, this is awesome, more live streams. I'm gonna definitely keep it up. But you're right. Look at all these companies. You got Amazon making, you know what? People, you was right about the investing in S&P. Come on, Brandon. I've been doing this for years. You doubting me, man? Come on. But anyway, the thing about it is, look at these companies. It has gotten to the point where people don't even care about billionaires no more. It's like, oh, if you're not a billionaire, we don't care about you. Yep, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett. Prime example, right now everybody is greedy. That's why we have assets. That's why we have assets in the asset world. That's why we have bubbles in the asset world. Because when do people buy stock? Invest into the S&P 500. Yeah. You're right, over mutual funds. You get the S&P 500, you got the top 500 companies. If you're in the top 500, it's 20. You said now if he buys, but you can buy ETF that tracks the S&P 500, right? But I kind of lost what I was saying. Let me go back and look at you guys' comments. Thank you. I'll do more live feeds. I think I'm getting everybody. Hope I'm not all over the place. Because when I see one of y'all questions, you know what, Tony? That's what I said last year. Last year I was like, come on, man. The market has had a good year in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Man, I can't be doing that, man. You know, I feel like I'm buying at the top. I'm gonna wait off. Now look at the market. It continued to go up. So you said I know I do. So you know what? I'm gonna ride this bull. You know, ride the bull. Think about it. If you buy it now, you collect the dividends. If it dips down, you buy more. Every month you should be buying the S&P 500 long term. Now, granted, I'm not telling you, this is just what I'm just telling you what my thought process is. I'm not advising you or telling you to go buy it. Who cares if it crash? You talking about you investing into the top 500 companies in America that 95% of investors will not be the S&P 500 on a continuous basis. That's if they are the best. Now you sitting at home on your laptop, you think you're going to beat those professionals? Yeah, it's millions of books out there and it's people that's telling you can do it. But you got an ETF, you can invest straight into the market, right hands down, and to just keep buying it. If it goes down, buy it again. Buy it every single month, forget about it. It's calculations. Look up Lars' video. He tell you how much you need to invest to have $1 million by time. The dividends that come in, have them, enroll them into the DRIP program, DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Plan. Look at that, 10%. What's wrong with 10%? People, you know, sometimes you look at the market, don't try to get rich. That's what I did. That's one of my mistakes, right? I'm gonna really have to get off in a little bit. But that's one of my mistakes. You know what I did? I started to try to beat, not beat it. I was just like, man, you know what? 10% is okay, but I want 20%, 30%. I can get that in a day. Where else can you go to get 10%? Savings account is getting you 0.25, right? I mean, savings account is getting you 0.25. A checking account is getting you nothing. A CD is giving you 1% or 2%. So if you have something giving you 10% on a compounding basis that's paying you dividends, just keep buying it over and over and over. 100,000 times 0.10, 10,000 a year. How much are you talking about investing, Tony? So I'm gonna have to invest. I'm not have to invest, but I'm gonna have to get to that one later because now my phone is dying, and I got people texting me. I got to make some phone calls before I get out of here, and I got to finish up reading. But hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And I'm gonna answer yours on the back end, Tony. All right? Cool. Later.